This is Justin Case of America Newscape, joining our friend and mentor Joyce Rockwood, sharing Demystifying Detoxification on your path to overall vitality. Greetings, Joyce. Welcome back to America Newscape.
Hey, it's great to be back. How are you today?
We're doing good. Glad to have you back. Okay, Joyce,
Thank you.
there's so much talk and chatter about detox. Would love to hear your knowledge and perception on this, and I'm sure everybody wants to know more about it too. Why do we need detox?
Yeah, exactly. My perception on this is a little different than maybe the average individual out there. And I tend to talk about things that not a lot of health practitioners do. And I also believe that the two most profound missing links in human health are detoxification and gut health, right? So the whole concept for me around detox is that it's not something you just do for a week or a day or a week or 30 days. Detoxification in my world is setting up a detoxifying lifestyle. We're really creating healthier habits over the course of time. It's not just something you do for a period of time to create a certain result and then go back to old ways of living. That's not ideal, and it's certainly not going to create longevity. So my whole goal when I work with my clients is to set them up on a simple path to make detox easy and give them the steps that they're going to need to really over the course of time, learn how to master their detox, master their digestion. Because typically people are coming to me struggling in the areas of digestive health, gas, bloating, abdominal pain and discomfort, cramps, mental acuity, emotional well-being, sleep are some of the bigger issues, right? And so my whole idea around detoxification is to help educate people that we do a lot of things during the day or every morning or every night to mindfully take care of our bodies. We wake up, we wash our face, we brush our teeth, we take a shower, we swab our ears, we shampoo our hair. These are all things that we're accustomed to doing. But, cleansing the bowel and really opening up the gateways of elimination to elevate the higher levels of vitality in the body that people are really craving is something that's not talked about often in our country. I used to work clinically in my wellness center in New York City with a lot of individuals that came from the islands like Haiti and Trinidad and Tobago. And it was super common in those cultures that if a young child woke up in the morning, didn't feel well, that the grandmother or the mother would administer an enema and then they'd feel better and run off to school, right? So this was commonplace in that culture, that the bowel is something that they very much were aware of. In our country, it is not. And so, in terms of detoxification, it's like if you're focusing on eating well, but you're not feeling well, these are the types of individuals that I can support you. And these are the types of individuals I coach and guide every day. And, that's also the path that I had coming into this. I was struggling as a kid with chronic infections, major skin issues, once that I was even hospitalized for, weight issues that I just felt so conflicted and frustrated with because I was like, I feel like I'm eating everything right and I'm not getting the results that I want and I don't understand this. And I actually had what I thought was a healthy bowel. So, if you're having 3 to 4 to 5 movements a day, which is, by the way, any of you listening, the frequency of bowel movements that you should be having, right? The thing is that you can be eating well now, but if you're not acknowledging the ancestry or you're not acknowledging the foods you once ate before you started eating well, then I have news for you. Your colon is not an open vessel. It is not a hollow tube. It is not like an ear canal or a nostril or an esophagus. Okay. Your colon is a dense and spongy organ. And it pulses, right? It has a life to it. And the pulsing sensation is peristalsis, and that's what moves matter through. Now, if you are someone who's struggling with your bowels, right? Like you're having one a day, which is not acceptable, by the way. A lot of people think that's healthy. If you're having one a week, if you're having one every 2 weeks, okay, one every other day, then this is the root cause of what's going on in your body, whether you're having issues with sleep, digestion itself, mind and mood issues, skin issues, then these are some of the things that we can work on. So your bowels need to move frequently. And if the food that you're eating now seems healthy, then what I want to open up your mind to is that the foods you once ate that were not have left a residue in the system and are creating inflammation and encumbrance that are causing the problems that you're trying so hard to work through. So there are ways to open up the bowel and support you in having the health results that you want, so that you can create that longevity in your life.
A lot of us were dissuaded because, what was it? 15 years ago, the rage was polyrazzmatazz in a box, 7-day organic cleanse or 7-day detoxification cleanse. And I don't know how others did with that, but to me, it was very much a Peggy Lee song. Is that all there is? Is that all there is to this
Mm.
magic stuff in the box? So what's promising is it sounds like it's a lot more complicated, but it's not unattainable. You just need to be moving in the right direction with the right direction. Is that a fair assessment?
I would probably not use the word complicated. I would probably use the word intricate, because complicated that makes me get anxious. Right? So I would say this: if you're not working with someone who understands the intricacies, it will be complicated. It was complicated for me. Right. And so here's a little bit more about my backstory, because I think that helps people understand that, I'm 50 and I look this way and feel this way because I learned what to do that was not working before. I was like missing a piece of the puzzle. So when I first had my colon hydrotherapy session at the age of 23, I was doing a lot of the foundational work, minus a couple of tweaks, a lot of the foundational work with nutrition, because I was very keen to the fact that what I ate had a direct effect on how I felt, not just physically, but also emotionally. And the reason that's important here is because I watched my father suffer for decades with major manic depression and going through doctor to doctor, specialist to specialist, medication after medication, not dealing with the root cause of the issue. And he had a very highly processed diet as a kid, even into his adult years. And because I started to make a connection between how I felt also emotionally watching him go through that, I started to eat a very different way. So when I had that first colonic, just to bring it back full circle, my mentor said, kid, you got a lot of the foundational stuff down. We're going to tweak some things, because I was eating a lot of tempeh, a lot of tofu, a lot of fake, cheese and chicken foods, right? But the thing is, you're not acknowledging just yet that there's an entire history of accumulation in your body from the times when you didn't eat the way you're eating now. Because when I met him, I was having like 3 to 5 movements a day. So I didn't have an issue with moving stuff, right? I was stimulating my body enough to feel okay. I wasn't debilitated. But the things that were really annoying me were based on the history that was in the system that I wasn't alleviating naturally, if that makes sense to any of you, right? So if it's like, just to give you an example, I loved string beans and salads and veggies as a kid, but I also loved Devil Dogs, Chips Ahoy, waffles, extra crispy fried chicken, prime rib, baked potatoes, pizza, all the things, milk duds, chocolate chip ice cream. And so and milk, right? And all the dairy and the cheese. And so if you acknowledge that that stuff goes in the body and it latches on like a negatively, like a positively charged magnet on a negatively charged magnet, it's sometimes really challenging for us to move the old waste out of the body, even when we start eating well. We will move some of it, granted, because I have clients that have, improved bowel movements when we start changing things up, adding in more juices and including the food combining. However, if you are someone who is eating well and is feeling completely confused and conflicted as to why you're not feeling well, then I can help you with that piece.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, that's promising in itself. What are those symptoms that I need to be watching for if I do have detoxification issues?
Exactly. That's like people wonder, well, what does this look like? So if you are struggling with weight, you feel like you're eating well, but the weight is not changing. And by the way, if you're not exercising, we need to add that in too. It's not like you can just eat better and things shift. Some people have a different hormonal balance. They really need to start moving their bodies. We're so sedentary in the last year plus time that, a lot of people feel like they've gotten 10, 15, 20 pounds heavier. So I work with a lot of people just who know better, but just want accountability. So if you're having weight issues, right, that's number one. Can't sleep well. If you're sleeping 6, 7, 8 hours and you wake up feeling like you slept 4, that's not acceptable. That's also a sign that your body is needing support with detoxification. Skin issues. That's a big one because our skin is our largest organ. It will immediately reflect what's going on in the inner terrain of the digestive system and the gut. Okay. If you're having chronic immune system issues, you feel like you're getting colds, right? You feel like you're getting sick easily or more frequently. That is a sign that your body is in overwhelm of toxicity. So those are some of the basic things. You feel like your breath is just not fresh all the time. You're feeling like your mental acuity, you've got this brain fog, like what's going on? I can't seem to focus. I can't concentrate. These are a lot of the issues that a lot of people who really are in need of proper detoxification would be experiencing.
Wow. Okay. And yeah, we have some of those. You know, one thing that I learned a long time ago: the skin is a remarkable alarm system. When I'm dealing with issues, my skin will actually become paper thin. So, and it has for a long, long time. And
What do you mean by that?
it actually becomes paper thin, almost becomes translucent.
When you're
From
eating well?
No,
Oh.
when I'm having health issues, the skin
Okay.
it's that
Yeah,
alarm
like the
clock.
tissue quality is not vibrant and not even like the musculature is decreasing. So it
Correct.
becomes like more susceptible to getting cuts and things like that.
Right. And when I'm eating better, the muscles return, and all it takes is
Hmm.
a downward turn in that diet, and I'll actually start feeling weaker, and you'll actually notice the difference in the muscle tone. So it's all very, 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 very related to each other.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, so when you're eating better, what's happening is there's more oxygen flow going to the tissue, so muscle can be more prominent, and your lymphatic system is also more capable when you're eating cleaner. Your lymphatic system is more capable of detoxifying. So your lymphatic system is an entire filtering system that moves through the body, and it's filtering the blood through the nodes. And that affects also the bone marrow, right? And it affects all of the other organs of elimination, including kidneys. So we could talk about that on
Oh,
another
no, no,
segment,
no.
but it all makes sense.
It's all important. Okay. Now that we're here, how can we move through or prevent these toxins building up in our system?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple tips, and then if anyone listening is really serious about wanting to take the next steps, I'll share what that could look like. So the first thing I would recommend that you do if you're, experiencing any level of discomfort in your body, you're sick on the regular, you've got to start, creating a more plant-centric diet. It doesn't mean you have to be vegetarian or vegan. Okay. We're going to take some baby steps here. We're going to get you on the tricycle before we put you on the Harley Davidson. And you really just need to start looking at some more of the produce items that are available to you. Do most of your shopping in the produce aisle. When you go to the store, I will say that 80% of what you eat should be like living plant organisms, right? We want to get away from packaged food so much, and it can be delicious. You can use some spices in the kitchen to make it super palatable so that you don't feel like, eating healthy has to taste like cardboard. I actually never have experienced that myself. So making it more plant centric. And we've talked a lot about the idea of hydrating the system with vegetable juices and water, right? Water hydrates, vegetable juices nourish. Water hydrates the cells and makes them more buoyant, allows the body to release a lot of, and the vegetable juices are a really quick way of adding more enzymes and minerals to the body so that the cells can be reproducing and you can start feeling more energy and start sleeping better. Because the second we start drinking juices, we are immediately, it's like putting little, fish flakes in the fish tank. It's like you're nourishing those fish, you're giving them that nourishment. You want to think about that microbiome as getting immediately nourished when you're drinking those juices. And then the third thing I would say is, if you're prone to drinking a lot of different store-bought beverages, if you're going and buying regular coffees, sodas, even if they're like canned type of sodas from the health food store, beverages that are just, like processed beverages with food colorants and a lot of added sugar, you want to start looking at that. First of all, you can save a ton of money every week or every month or every year if you just start putting more healthy, vibrant options in your body. Because look, a veggie juice might be a higher ticket, but it has a bigger return, right? So when we're eating foods that are highly processed, that might seem cheap on a price tag, they're cheap as well on your health because they undermine. And then we have to put in a lot more effort and a lot more dollars to try and dig ourselves out. So I would say the best investment you can make is in yourself. And those would be some of my tips. But if you're looking for more guided support, and you are someone who feels like you just want someone to tell you what to do and really map out a very simple step-by-step plan that can really guide you on your journey and meet you where you're at and make suggestions that are realistic for the life that you want to lead, then down below in the See More section, there is a link so that you can book a free and no cost discovery call with me. And I will hear what your struggles are and map out a step-by-step plan so that you can truly experience the vitality in your life, that you deserve. The thing is, people might come to me because they have digestive issues, anxious or anxiety issues, or sleep issues. But I will say this. Everyone wants the same thing in the end. And everybody wants more freedom in their lives. And so I might teach you how to nourish your body and detoxify and rejuvenate. But the truth is, helping you to have more freedom in your life is the end game.
Wow, that's a powerful statement, Joyce. And I agree with you. I am probably one of the most stubborn, closed-minded, pig-headed people on the face of the earth. But I do listen to you, and I've slowly started implementing suggestions that you've made, and it is actually making a difference. And you're a very patient mentor. I think you people should not be dissuaded from contacting you. That initial intake call is free, and get on the horn to Joyce and see what she can do for you. I mean, one simple suggestion can make a world of good. It can get you going in the right direction. And, some of the simple suggestions she's given me, I've implemented them, and they are helping me. So, with that being said, yeah. Do you have any final words for us, Joyce?
I would just say, if not now, when?
Yeah, exactly. You owe it to yourself.
I speak to people on discovery calls, and there's a blinking yellow light, as I like to call it. There's a blinking yellow light going on. And I'm working with a woman who's just wrapping up in my 30-day detox intensive, 67 years old, came to me sleeping 4 hours a night. And she said, Joyce, I had ulcerative colitis, and I just want to be able to not have to worry about running to the bathroom so I can go on hikes with my grandson even 10 years from now and climb the highest mountains. And she also hadn't slept well in the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And so she's now sleeping an extra hour. I was working with another sleeping 4 hours a night. She's now sleeping 8. And it's like, if these are problems and you know they're a problem, but yet you keep saying like, oh, it's not a big enough problem, is the goal to wait until it's like a flashing red light or a solid red light so that now it's even more challenging to dig yourself out? So I would just say, if not now, when? Click the link below. Let's get connected and let's figure out a step-by-step plan so that you can experience the very best health of your life. It would be my honor to guide you in that.
Hey, people that are having sleep problems, if they think the solution is in a pill, they're going to be sorely disappointed. And those people are prime candidates to change their lifestyle, even a little bit. Imagine an extra
absolutely.
hour of sleep a night. It would be frightening. Okay.
Yeah. And we work only with natural solutions, folks. And I'll just give a quick testimonial to essential oils for a quick second here, because I had my own experience the other night. I was on a call with someone, a friend, and it went past midnight, and I was like, oh, I want to get up at 6:30. This is going to be a challenge. And I have a specific essential oil blend called Serenity that I work with my clients. It's actually a scientifically formulated blend, and it's profoundly effective. Now, here's the thing with essential oils, I'll just say really quickly, because I actually had this conversation with my mom last night. Essential oils for sleep don't knock you out. Okay. Essential oils for sleep are designed to start reprogramming your cells and your mind, and they're designed to help you relax naturally, because essential oils are plant extracts and they marry perfectly with the human body with no side effects, no accumulation, and no addiction. And I took 2 Serenity soft gels before I went to bed that night. I woke up for the first time in my life before my alarm. This never happens. I'm an alarm girl, okay? I need an alarm. I woke up before the alarm, completely alert, completely well rested, and ready to take on the day. Now, normally when I wake up, I will admit, I'm like a little like, I'm a snooze girl. I click the snooze
Oh my
button.
God. Chaos.
And I need that little time to kind of like wake up my body. But I was amazed at how alert and refreshed I felt. And I often hear from my clients, they just want to be able to wake up with more energy, feeling bright eyed and bushy tailed. And that's how I felt. So if you're struggling with sleep, I would say click the button below and let's get connected and let me support you in what that could look and feel like.
Well, it sounds like your diet is so superb that you don't stress in the middle of the night or in your sleep, so you just snore away. I mean, snore. Joyce would never
Snooze. No snoring for me. And if you are snoring, that's something I can help you with too. That's gas pressure in the body. So
Okay. And I've tried a lot of essential oils, and the one that I choose for sleep is wild orange. And I think because
I
it
love
puts me
that.
in a peaceful state while I'm sleeping during the night, and it keeps me there. So I think it lowers my internal stress during my sleep
Mhm.
better than
I
some
love
of these.
that.
Yeah. It's the only sense that I can make of it. I'm not a fan of wild orange trees, but okay, very good. Enough of me. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Justin Case and Joyce Rockwood, Demystifying Detoxification. Thanks for joining us. Remember, free gifts, additional information, and links are provided in this video's Read More. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel to stay connected, and please connect with Joyce in the links below so you can learn some healthy revelations and how not to go bananas.